Year-old got out of the truck holding a knife and charged at the officer while saying, "Shoot me." You can hear the officer command Fleur to stop, but the man continued to charge. The officer shot him 2 times. Fleur was rushed to the hospital where he later died. The officer that shot him was not hurt. 13 Action News spoke with the chief of police, who says that officer is on paid administrative leave for at least a week as they investigate. Well, murdered inside of his own home. It's been nearly 4 years since the ambush on Colton Street in Toledo. After years of wondering who's responsible, the family of Everardo Cheno is making another plea for justice. I-Team reporter Christina Williams sat down with his former fiancé in Case Files.
I just remember that night he was playing his PlayStation and I was gonna go live and do makeup and stuff, and somebody knocked on the door.
Rosa Delgado relives the night of December 10th, 2020 often. Around 10 o'clock that night, a knock on the door of the family's home on Colton Street in Toledo's South End.
He told me he would go get it, and when he went to the door, I just remember him saying, "Who is it?" And when he said, "Who is it?" I just heard 2 loud bangs.
In that moment, Everardo Cheno, known as Gordo, was shot.
I'm looking at him like, what happened? And, I look at his face and I see he's bleeding. And my kids come down from upstairs from their room and they're screaming, my dad, he's bleeding. Dad. And I'm yelling at them, go back up, go back up.
By the time Rosa called 911 and paramedics arrived, Everardo was gone. Rosa Delgado is the mother of their 4 children. She deals with the trauma of the murder daily. Whoever pulled the trigger took off before police arrived. Detectives initially said the shooter ran down the street and was described as Hispanic, but beyond that, no good description.
I think they don't have no leads. They don't know.
Delgado still questions who came to the door that night and wonders if a strange visitor at her house 1 week prior was linked.
I was gonna go to the store, and as soon as I opened the door, they were outside my door, and I'm like, oh, can I help you? Because they were dressed in like, what is that called? Like a mechanic suit, like a whole one, and a face mask and a beanie. And they were like, is Everardo here, Everardo Cheno? And I was like, no. But it just gave me like a weird vibe.
Delgado says Gordo was a family man who loved spending time with his children. He worked for a railroad cleanup company and spent most of his free time at home. Without any answers of who or why and no updates from police, Delgado is simply looking for someone with information to bring her family closure.
I want that closure. I want my kids to get closure because I know they think about it. I know they're young still, but their mindset is we're gonna grow up and be detectives because we don't, it's not getting there. We don't know why they did that to our dad.
If you have any information about the homicide of Everardo Cheno, you can call Crimestopper. You can also text that number, 419-255-1111. You could be eligible for a cash reward. And if you have an unsolved case that needs attention, all you have to do is email me, casefiles@13abc.com. Reporting for the I-Team, Christina Williams, 13 Action News.
And we're following new details out of Long Beach.